Human rights, conflict prevention and resolution, and the respect for international humanitarian law are at the heart of German foreign policy. When we joined the Security Council in January, we had high hopes that we could translate our expertise into real action on these and other topics. Especially in the UNSC, we knew we would face challenges when standing up for multilateral solutions and international law, but we also knew that multilateral cooperation is the only way forward.
From day one, we knew that we wanted to do something about one of the most heinous crimes committed during war, sexual violence. In December 2018, Nadia Murad and DENIS MUKWEGE won the Nobel Peace Prize for their fight against this crime.
When we talk about sexual violence and conflict, it is about her story. But it's also about thousands of other stories that have never been told to the world.
Negotiations were difficult, but we were able to pass our Resolution 2467 on April 23rd. It was really important to us that we introduced a survivor-centered approach and that we strengthened accountability for this crime.
In 2019, we took on leadership roles for resolutions on Syria, Afghanistan and Sudan. Our ambassadors chair sanction committees for North Korea and Libya. These are not easy areas with easy solutions, and negotiations remain difficult. But we will continue to push for peace, justice and accountability in 2020.
More than anything, 2019 highlighted that crises and conflicts around the world cannot be solved by states acting alone. The dynamics in the Security Council can often make addressing these conflicts difficult or even impossible. This is exactly why we want to make our term in the Council about working together.
In April, together with international partners, we launched the Alliance for Multilateralism. The goal is to create a strong network of countries to strengthen the multilateral approach to global challenges and the UN during its 75th anniversary.
Human rights are at the core of Germany's foreign policy, and we also translated that into the Security Council. During our presidency, we invited a record number of women briefers speaking on human rights issues, for example, Amal Clooney, Nadia Murad, and Nujeen Mustafa.
The people we're talking about are not figures in a record. They are humans. They are humans that are influenced by every decision that is made in this council.
We are committed to bridging this gap between human rights and security even more in 2020, as we will also be a member of the Human Rights Council.
The focus of Germany's work in the United Nations in 2019 was clearly in the Security Council. But let's not forget, there were many other highlights too. With the Climate Summit, we saw unprecedented participation from young people who delivered a wake-up call on climate change. Chancellor Merkel was invited by the Secretary General and presented Germany's plan to go carbon neutral by 2050.
International werden wir unsere Mittel für den weltweiten Klimaschutz von 2 auf 4 Milliarden Euro erhöhen.
We had many visits from Foreign Minister Maas and other political leaders from Germany. For me personally, it was especially important to continue our leading role in the areas of conflict prevention and peace building.
Even though the Security Council is in dire need of reform, Germany has accomplished a lot, and we will continue to advocate for the values of the UN Charter. As the only truly global organization, the UN is indispensable in addressing global challenges. We look forward to our second year on the Security Council for this term. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned for 2020.